Hey everyone, welcome to No Ideas Media. I'm Nick Syke, and something pretty major happened last week in the world of non-GMO labeling. Let me break it down. Now, even if you don't like eating fish, you're probably still familiar with Cloverleaf brand seafood, right? It's that pretty popular tuna you see on the shelves, at least in North America. Well, not long ago, Cloverleaf adopted the non-GMO project label. You know that little butterfly label you see on so much food these days? And this move bugged a lot of people. People like Angela Jones. Angela decided to call Cloverleaf on their use of a non-GMO label to describe a product that doesn't have a GMO version on the market. So Angela sent Cloverleaf the following message via social media. I just saw your ad on TV bragging that your tuna is non-GMO project verified. It is unfortunate that your marketing department doesn't realize the more informed consumer actually avoids that specific label. GMO varieties offer the best chance for environmental sustainability, not to mention there is no GMO tuna on the market. Once my current stock of Cloverleaf seafood products are gone from my pantry, I will not be purchasing any more. Please consider removing this label so I can once again be a loyal customer. Now, I appreciate her desire to send this message because most informed consumers who are avoiding this label have all had our line in the sand moment with its use. Mine was when I saw non-GMO Himalayan rock salt. Salt has no DNA to modify, so a label saying salt is GMO-free is stupid and misleading. I wanted to contact the makers of this salt and express my disappointment, but that's just one comment. How much good could that even do? Well, the net gain of many comments added together can hit really hard, and eventually there might be one comment that tips the scales. In the case of Cloverleaf Seafoods, that comment belonged to Angela Jones. Here's what Cloverleaf wrote back to her. Hi Angela, your comments have caused us to reconsider our position. Our original intent was to be transparent and avoid consumer confusion based on new GMO regulations that were heavily covered by the media. To claim non-GMO, we had to revise some formulas. For instance, additives were removed from all albacore SKUs, and soya oil was changed to sunflower oil for all tuna in broth oil SKUs. We can see how most people only think about the actual tuna, not necessarily recognizing that the additives were removed and that soya oil is GMO. You are correct, there is no GMO tuna on the market. You are also correct that GMO offers the best chance for environmental sustainability. We will be removing the GMO logo from labels on the next production run. We have a substantial inventory of labels printed, but you can expect to see the labels without the non-GMO logo begin to show up at retail in about 3 months. Thank you for taking the time to share your opinion. Please continue to buy our products. Well, holy crap, Angela, you did it! I wanted to cover this in a video for a couple of reasons. One, Angela is awesome and deserves some kind of medal for affecting positive change in this arena. Two, everyone who sees this video needs to get a hold of Cloverleaf in some way and tell them this is awesome. We need to flood Cloverleaf with positive feedback right now. They need to see that there is a positive effect on their bottom line for giving up this nonsense label for the right reasons. They need to know this because other companies also need to know this. Big companies talk to each other. They look at what each other are doing and how it's working. It's bandwagon. The non-GMO Project Butterfly label is so prolific because it's an enticing bandwagon. Companies make more money with that label on their products, or they wouldn't bother doing it. We need to show big companies that the tide is turning and that consumers are tired of meaningless marketing in food production. We need to show big companies that we're not afraid of GMOs, so we won't be coerced into spending more for a non-GMO label. We need to show Cloverleaf that this was a good move. If their bottom line is positively affected, and if they get a bunch of social capital from getting rid of this label, other companies might follow suit. So take a moment this weekend, if you can, and say something positive to Cloverleaf on Facebook or Twitter. Let's show them that we'll support pragmatic companies. And when it comes to your non-GMO project line in the sand, whether it's tuna or sea salt, be like Angela. Say something and say it respectfully because you'll never know who will respond or what change you can affect. Thank you, Angela, and thank you for watching.